Hey everybody, welcome back. I know it has been a hot minute, but I am back. Been pretty busy lately. It's been a crazy world lately, especially in the USA with this whole coronavirus thing. A few things I wanted to talk about first before I get into my update. Wife and I watched that show, The Tiger King, at Murder for Hire, and that was really it was so many emotions were running through my head watching it. It was kind of like the Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, one of those shows that like everybody was glued to. Most people, I just about everybody I know has been watching that or had watched that. It was really bizarre. It was funny. It was bizarre. It was crazy that Joe Exotic, whatever his name is. I know he goes by, he's got a number of aliases. He goes by, known by different names. Just really bizarre. I'm surprised that I had never heard of the guy running like his own zoo out of Oklahoma. I actually never have been. I moving from Illinois to Arizona, I drove through Oklahoma and stopped off in Tulsa and Oklahoma City, and I had never been there really other than that, but yeah, it was kind of going through there, just interacting with the people. It did seem like it was a different breed, like a different culture of people in Oklahoma. I'd never seen anything like it. The other states I've lived in never came across. It seemed like most of the people were, it seemed like just different people that I've been used to, been around. Never saw any. I mean, they were friendly, but definitely different. Definitely different. It was not the people I've used to being around in the Midwest or out in Arizona, California. So that was the Tiger King. That was interesting. Then I would sometimes wonder that Carol woman who Joe Exotic tried to get murdered. She was really bizarre too. I oftentimes wonder, there was suspicion that Joe Exotic suspected, there was a lot of talk that she had fed her husband to the tigers, which that would be, if you wanted to destroy evidence, that would be a good way to do it. He disappeared in 1996. Wouldn't be surprised that's what she did. And she seemed really, really bizarre. Excuse me, I guess, yeah, it was in 1996 when he disappeared. I guess he was taking a trip down to, was it to the Bahamas or Mexico or something like that? And I guess that's when he disappeared. Was never seen or heard from again. And that's when he went missing. And I guess after, even though there was no evidence, even though he was never found, I guess after 5 years he was declared dead. And the thing that really leads me to believe that she had something to do with his death. She seemed like kind of a bizarre person herself, but she was talking about how that she got his death certificate in the mail declaring him legally dead, and she giggled, she laughed, and it kind of reminded me of like a sociopath, kind of like that Diane Downs, that woman that shot her kids. They said that the detective said that the same night that she was describing, she claimed that she was flagged down by a bushy-haired stranger who wanted her car, and she said that when she refused, that he pushed her aside, shot her 3 kids, and she was like, the police, they said that they obviously didn't have the evidence yet, but they suspected that she had something, that she was, she shot the kids because the detective said that she was giggling and acting really bizarre when she was describing what had happened to her and her children. And they said that she didn't shed, like she was emotionally, she was flat. She didn't shed one tear the entire night. That's kind of like the way this Carol seemed. She was, totally throughout the whole show when they interviewed her, she was always laughing and smiling at inappropriate times, looked kind of scary. So yeah, that's the Tiger King. And then the Bulls, that I talked about, that the Chicago Bulls documentary of their last championship season. I had done a video on that, and they gave a camera crew to film them because they knew it was going to be, more likely it was going to be their last championship season. A lot of their contracts were up, and they were starting to age. And I guess, I don't know what, they said that they didn't have an exact date, but they said that was going to air sometime. I'll have to check to see I'm definitely looking forward to that. But I guess with so many people being quarantined now, they're going to air that earlier, I guess, than they expected. So on April, I'll have to check out the channel. Channel it's going to air on, I guess, April 19th. That is going to air, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. And I've still been working. The kids basically have been gone for the last month. I'm a custodian in elementary school, and they basically have been gone since April 9th, is it? And they were talking about going back on April 10th, but yeah, just the beginning of this week, Governor Ducey for the state of Arizona said that the schools are going to be closed for the rest of the year for state of Arizona. I think that's what's happening in most of the states in the United States. That wasn't really surprised. I mean, the last day I think was supposed to be May. Excuse me. I think the last day was for the year was supposed to be like May 20th or 22nd. So I kind of figured, oh yeah, for them, that what would be the point of them coming back for just, another month or so. Somebody said, yeah, that they may not be coming back until May, but I said, well, what's the point of them just coming back for 3 more weeks? So, yeah, I've still been working. I haven't really had much cleaning to do, but we've been, and tomorrow's the last day we're doing it for our school, but I've been involved in it for the past 2 weeks, but we've been handing out meals. We've been doing that from 6 o'clock. A whole bunch of staff members have been helping out, and we have bus drivers, lunch aides, custodians, myself included. I've been doing a little bit of cleaning when I first get to work for the first few hours, and then from like 3:30 onward until 8. We've been doing it from 6 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock at night, so 14 hours a day. So yeah, I've been getting to work about 12:30 and stay until 9. It takes me about an hour to break down the food service, put everything away, and get the count in, get it ready for the next day, and record number of meals served. But for from like 3:30 to 8, I've been handing out meals for people in the community. And we're not even, going up. People just been driving. It's been kind of like a drive-through, but we're not even allowed to hand meals. And we've been handing out homework to computers, but we're not even allowed to go up to people's cars. We just, from a distance, we've been asking, how many kids do you have? Do you need homework? Do you need computers for the kids to do their homework at home? And yeah, we've been putting gloves on, and we have a table set up through the the drive-through lane. We've just been running milk and breakfast, lunch, and dinner up to the table, putting gloves on, and that's giving them the meals, the milks. That's all we've been doing. We've just been leaving it on the table and giving them thumbs up, letting them know it's ready to go, and just been talking from a distance just to keep be as safe as possible. So yeah, that's what we've been doing. I guess they're still going to do it. There's like 13 schools in my school district. All the schools have been doing the meal service, but tomorrow's the last day that they've been doing it, or that they're going to do it. And I guess after tomorrow, they're just going to do it start next week. They're just going to do it at the high schools and a few other elementary schools, because we're doing a lot during the day from, because when I take it over at 3:30, they've been doing like 120, 130 people. But when I've been doing it, I mean, I've just basically been sitting out there. I've been doing less. It's amazing. Like if I do 10 or more people from 3:30 to 8 o'clock at night, and 8 o'clock at night, I haven't really been doing anybody. After 6 o'clock, it's dead. I've just been sitting out there the last 2 hours. I think at 8 o'clock at night, most of the kids are in bed or getting ready for bed, so the parents aren't stopping by for the meal service. And they do have this after-school program at all the schools called Kids Club, and they do it in the summer during the breaks. School starts at 8 o'clock at my school, so the parents, they can drop them off as early as 6 o'clock in the morning, and the kids, they have this before school activity from 6 to 8, and then they also have it after school from 3 to 6. Now during the breaks and during the summer, and so far, they've been doing, they have this kids club camp where because there was like a couple hundred kids, or I think maybe like 100 kids that do it from my school. But there's 13 schools in the district, so there's thousands of kids that have this service provided for them, for the parents, where they instead of being at the different during the breaks and during the summer, the thousands of kids, they all combine at one school, and all the kids club workers go to the one school. But they're actually doing away with that. I think most of the parents are working from home now. So what they've been doing is I was wondering, like, with the social distancing, what have they been doing this whole time? Somebody told me that they've had the kids, instead of having them at one school, they've had them at two different schools in the district, and they're just keeping them in the classroom. They have one worker for every classroom and only 5 kids to a classroom, and they're not allowing the kids to be together. They're spreading the 5 kids out in the classroom, and I just got word that yesterday was going to be the last day that they're going to be doing it. I guess they gave them recommendations, which is not really going to do any good for social distancing, trying to stay away from this virus, but they gave like recommendations for other daycares in the area, but I was thinking, oh God, like what are these parents going to do now? Because this kids club is pretty cheap for the parents. They get a really big, compared to the regular daycare, it's like, no, they don't pay hardly anything compared to what they pay for regular daycare. I was thinking like, oh, what is this going to do for the parents, like financially, time-wise? But I guess now, most of the parents are working from home anyways, so I guess it's not really that big of a deal to have the kids at home. Not in because I was thinking like, oh, what are these parents gonna do if their kids are at home and they can't afford the daycare? But I think most of the parents are working from home anyways, at least one parent. So there's that. But yeah, it is just this is just crazy. I've never seen anything like this in my lifetime. 9/11 was pretty crazy when I was 22, almost 20 years ago, and that was crazy. It was a scary time for our nation. I know even after 9/11 happened, I think people were still going out. I know some people were scared. I was scared, but I was still going about my daily life. I think I was I'm trying to remember, I think I got sent home that day. I think the state of Illinois had shut down all of the Illinois casinos. I went to work for because I was working second shift. At the time, I went to work for, I think like not even an hour, like 45 minutes. I got sent home. They said the state of Illinois had shut down all the casinos just for safety purposes. And I know people were still worried. I was worried after that. I know people were still worried about possible more terrorist attacks. But for the most part, I think people were still going about their daily lives. But it was a scary time after that. And it was like, well, what does this mean for our economy? What does this mean for the future, the stock market, things like that? But for the most part, I think people were still going about their daily lives. But it's like, yeah, now so much has changed. Just in the blink of an eye, a lot of people aren't able to go about their daily lives. People are afraid to go to, the kids are out of school. People are afraid to even go out and shop. They're trying to encourage people only to go out for necessities, things that are really necessary, things they really need. So many people are out of work right now. Hopefully just temporarily. I know the unemployment has jumped up. It was like 3.7%, and I think, I don't know what it is right now, but I did get word last week that unemployment could jump up to like 6.5%, but hopefully this is just temporary. Hopefully once this passes, beginning of the summer, everybody will be back to work that is out of work right now. At least people are, restaurants are doing the best they can. They're still trying to keep their employees at work, still offering, takeout, carry out services, which is good. But, yeah, at least I'm happy to still be at work. I was kind of worried that I might have to go on unemployment for a while, but the principal that I work for, he said, oh yeah, don't worry. He said custodians are the most important people right now. You'll just go into your deep, you'll go into your deep cleaning summer mode. And I have a lot of vacation time. I can take 2 if I wanted. So yeah, it's good to know, custodians are real important right now in schools. Schools are seen as a necessary business. But yeah, especially this coronavirus, we're just going to go into our deep cleaning summer mode, and we'll probably take some extra precautions trying to get this, in case the coronavirus were present in a school. we're just going to go into our deep cleaning summer mode, doing like everything we could think of to get rid of it if it's present there, doing every square inch. We're actually having the district come in to do carpet cleaning. I think that's by state law. They want that done just for safety precautions. And, just to keep a lot of teachers have been clearing all their stuff out until next year. They're just, working from home like the students are. They haven't, some of them have been coming in, but very, very few. Most of them that have been coming in, it's like they're packing for a vacation. They've been coming in suitcases and getting their stuff out of there. But yeah, I was a little bit worried about myself, but yeah, it looks like I won't have to go on unemployment. I'll still be working, still getting my 40 hours a week. See if the kids are scheduled to come back in July, so hopefully, July, this will be over with. They'll be ready to come back, and it's getting hot in Arizona already. It's getting into the mid 80s, and pretty soon it'll be in the triple digits. So I'm hoping with the warm temperatures that are on their way, that they'll just, at least in the state of Arizona, I'm hoping if there's any of this virus present in the air, that the warm temperatures will just kill it. I'm finally feeling better myself. I don't know what was going on with me. I wouldn't be sick. I mean, obviously, they're not testing a whole lot of people. There's a shortage of test kits. But I wouldn't be surprised if I had the coronavirus. I really wouldn't be surprised, because I was sick from January 12th until just a few days ago. I had to beg this doctor for an antibiotic because I had a severe, I was sick from like January 12th until, when was it? There was like 4 days. Yeah, I was sick from like January 12th, like constantly, on and off. I did see a doctor, and again, like she just, it's like urgent care. They're very hesitant to hand out antibiotics. I did see my regular doctor for a physical, which I was feeling better, so I didn't talk to him about it. He listened to my lungs, and he said that my lungs sounded good, my heart was in good condition. I was feeling better. So there was, I forget what it was probably about a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, but I had like a span of like 3, 4, or 5 days where I felt better. I think it was in probably mid-March. So yeah, I was sick for like 2 months, but I think there was like 3 or 4 or 5 days in mid-March, I think around St. Patrick's Day, where I felt better. And then I started feeling sick again. I was sick again. So I went back to urgent care, and like I said, I told the doctor, I was having trouble sleeping. I had a sore throat. I couldn't even swallow water. It was like torture to eat. I couldn't swallow my own spit. I was spitting my own spit out because my throat was so sore. I felt like I had a lump at the back of my throat where my tonsils, like right here. I was so in such pain. And again, I went back to urgent care, and my wife, she told me, she's like, don't go home without an antibiotic. If they refuse you, you be tough. She said, you get me on the phone, on FaceTime or on speakerphone. You tell the doctor, the nurse practitioner, the physician's assistant, whatever, that your wife is an RN and she wants to talk to you. And I had to like beg this nurse practitioner, which, yeah, I don't know what it is with the urgent cares out here, but they don't even have MDs there. They just have nurse practitioners, physician's assistants. So yeah, I did go to urgent care once, and the doctor told me it was funny because the physician's assistant is one urgent care facility. Once she had already seen me. She told me it was just a virus, just let it pass. And then, it did feel like it passed. I went to see my regular doctor. He said everything was okay. And then I got sick again. I saw her walk in. I'm like, oh, God, I'm probably not going to get an antibiotic. Sure enough, I didn't. She said, yeah, it's just it was weird because my throat felt so bad. She looked at my throat and she was like, ooh. She's like, I'm like, what? And she said, I'm going to do a strep test on you just to see. So the fact that she wanted to do a strep test led me to believe my throat looked pretty bad. So she had the medical assistant come in and swab me for strep. It came back negative, but the fact, okay, so it came back negative for strep, which I've had a history of, but just the fact that it looked that bad that she wanted to do a strep test, I thought and I told her I was coughing up, I know it's kind of gross, but I was coughing up green crap too, green mucus, constantly, especially in the morning. It was like dark green. Sorry if that grosses you out, but hey, I'm just being honest here. So the fact that I was doing that too led me to believe that I had some type of bacterial infection. I've also had a history of sinus infections. I've had a history of tonsillitis, bronchitis, laryngitis. So the fact that there was that, I thought she would give me antibiotics. She didn't. I'm like, oh, okay. All right, so my wife told me, she said, yeah, don't come home without an antibiotic. Tell them, what did you need an antibiotic to get rid of this. Tell them that you need Augmentin, which also has amoxicillin in this. Tell them you've had it before. Antibiotics always work right away, and the next day I feel so much better. So I had to fight this nurse practitioner for it. She was being a bitch. I had to kind of be an asshole. She refused to talk to my wife. I said, she was refusing me. She thought that just let it pass. I said, no, this has been going on way too long. I said, you need to give me an antibiotic, please. I said, my wife is an RN. She wants to talk to you. And she's like, no, I'm not talking to her. For the second time, I told you it's not an antibiotic. It's not a bacterial infection. It's just a virus. She's like, I had a sinus infection for 3 weeks. I don't like to give out antibiotics. It can screw up your GI tract. And I told her, I said, antibiotics always work for me. I said, just letting it pass, because she told me to do like nasal spray and Mucinex. I said, I've been doing that for the past week and a half, 2 weeks. I said, I'm not getting better. This has been going on for way too long. I'm like, please, my wife is not going to be happy with you. She, is not going to be happy with me if I come home without any antibiotic. Please, I'm begging you, please. Give me an antibiotic. And she's like, well, I'll give you one, but for the third time, I don't like to give out antibiotics. It can screw up your GI tract. She brought up some other issues with it too. She's like, it could screw up your GI tract. I really don't like to give them out. Would you mind just waiting a couple more days, 2 or 3 more days? And I said, no, I would really like to start it today. And she wasn't really happy with me, but I did fight her for it. And I started feeling better right away. And also she gave me a prescription nasal spray, which I've been taking. That doesn't really do much good, but the antibiotic has been doing. I never have issues with it, because she was talking about it could screw up your GI tract. You get C. diff, which I've never had an issue with. Antibiotics always work well, and she gave me also a steroid that I've been taking 3 times a day to numb my throat. But I've still been taking it. I'm almost done. But I started feeling better right away, so that is good. I was just so tired of being sick. Also, with we've had a lot of rain this year in Arizona, so with the blooming season, I do have allergies. So, a lot of people thought it was my allergies. I'm like, I do have allergies, but I'm like, this is something different. Allergies, I have issues with my eyes. Sometimes my eyes get dry and itchy. Sometimes they tear. Sometimes they get moist. They water. Sometimes I actually have extra junk coming out of my eyes, especially in the morning. And sometimes I do cough, blow my nose, I get stuffed up, congested more. But sore throats, that has nothing to do with, I can't speak for anybody else. But with my allergies, sore throats, that that's not a symptom of my allergies, at least. I've been talking about, and I talked to a doctor too about, because I've had a history of sore throats. I know tonsillectomy isn't too pleasant, but hey, if it would get me, it would stop me from, I could at least try. If it would stop me from having sore throats, I would go ahead and do it. And again, this nurse practitioner was being kind of crabby about that too. She's like, oh, good. She kind of said, best of luck with that. She's like, it's kind of hard. It's pretty hard to get a tonsillectomy. I told her I was thinking about seeing an ear, nose, and throat specialist. And she said, oh, you have to have a long history of throat issues. So like, well, I have. I said, last year it took me 3 rounds of antibiotics to get rid of strep throat, and she was saying that, yeah, doctors, they don't really, especially for adults, they really don't recommend tonsillectomies, but, and they say that, a lot of times won't really do much good, but yeah, I'd be willing to try. I know that's not too pleasant to go through, but yeah, I'd be willing to try it. I'd be willing to try it. I really do not. I've had a long history of sore throats, especially when the weather gets cold out here even. I definitely had an issue with that in the Midwest, but I have problems with that out here when my throat gets sore. I do have, when the weather gets chilly, allergy season, I do have history of getting sore throats right away, and it is not too pleasant, to the point where you can't even swallow your own spit because of it just hurts so bad to swallow. So yeah, that's oh yeah, one more thing I want to talk about before I leave here. Just to let you know, my daughter was posting. She's actually got her own channel now. Just to let you know, I'm sorry if that annoyed certain people. I didn't want people to think that that's the new direction that I was giving up, but that's the new direction my channel is going in. For those of you that had an issue with it, hey, I'm sorry, but again, I'm really not sorry because I was doing something good for my daughter, letting her make videos on my channel, which is something that she really enjoys. I started making videos a year and a half ago. I started this channel. I really enjoy it, and she enjoys. She saw me get enjoyment out of making my videos, so she enjoys making videos as well, and she kind of got inspiration from other channels she's been watching, but she's got her own channel now. Just yesterday, wife created her own channel for her. For those of you, you kids, parents that have been viewing those videos, if you want to continue to watch, she's not going to make any more videos on my channel. I'm just going to continue with my own. But her username, I could also link you to one of her videos in the, I'll do that in the description below. I'll link you to one of her videos, her channel. But her username is Pink Flower Lover, and she's going to continue to make tons. She's already got a few subscribers, including myself. She's going to continue to make tons of videos on her own channel. So just to let you know, she won't be posting any more of her videos on my channel. I apologize for those of you that had issues with it, but again, I love my daughter. I really shouldn't be apologizing because, I love my daughter. I'm just trying to do something. We should all do good things for our kids. We love our kids. I, love my daughter. And so yeah, I'll just, I won't be posting any more of her videos on my channel. I'm just going to continue with my adult channel. So just to let you know about that. But yeah, for those of you that have stayed, I know I have lost some subscribers probably over that. And hey, oh well, it's my channel. Again, I apologize for that. But at the same time, I really shouldn't apologize. I shouldn't have to apologize, because I'm doing something good. I was doing something good for my daughter. But yeah, I thank you for all my subscribers, those of you who have stayed with me and will continue to stay with me. Shout out to you all. I'm just hoping that our country, supposedly it's May that next month we're supposed to see the peak of this. We'll see the worst of this. And then it'll get better, but yeah, I'm hoping it gets better sooner rather than later. This is just a crazy way of life. I have never seen anything like this before. Somebody said, 5 years, I don't know, who knows. Somebody, my dad was saying 5 years from now, we'll probably be looking back on this and laughing. I'm like, oh, I don't know, who knows what could come up, 5 years later, something worse could come about. Something worse could come around, but we'll see. Hopefully not. I know we had the swine flu. It was going around 10 years ago, and then we had Ebola back in 2014. But I don't know. It definitely wasn't as bad as this. I've never seen anything like this, and hopefully we won't see anything like this again. But hey, what can you do? Who knows? It's a crazy world, and there's we don't live in a perfect world. There are so many things that are out of our control, and we can't control. There's a lot of things that we can't control. we can't control what happens to us. All we can do is control what we do about it and how we react to it. And I'm feeling better. I'm feeling more optimistic. But it was just weird going out now. People are really. I know. I do understand a lot of people having trouble dealing with this. I was kind of depressed for a little bit myself, which is the reason that I haven't made any videos for a while. I've been kind of depressed, but I'm feeling better. I'm just trying to cope with it the best I can. But I definitely feel the vibe when I go out. You can just tell customer service is just not as good, which I understand. Which I kind of understand to an extent. I think a lot of people are down about this, to the uncertainty. People are usually smiley. You got to keep that social distance. But people are pretty, used to be kind of smiley, friendly when you go out. But now you could just look around. People just seem so down, so miserable. It's a shame. It's sad. And, I can't really say I blame them. I can't really say I blame them. I was feeling kind of irritable, angry, down, depressed myself. I was, there were some mornings that I was sleeping so late, and I had to push myself to get out of bed. I didn't want to get out of bed, start the day, because I was so depressed. But I'm feeling better now, and I'm trying to move on, just deal with this as best I can. I mean, what can you do? You can get depressed, you can get angry, you can get worried, but fortunately, it doesn't really make things much better. So I'm trying to go on with my life. I'm trying to keep my best foot forward and just do whatever I can do to get through this. We've been through tough times before, and we'll be unfortunately, there's probably tough times that we'll have to deal with again in the near future. But looking back, like the recession, tough economic times. I've been through other recessions. My grandparents, they survived the Great Depression. You just have to have hope. You have to have motivation. You have to have faith that things will get better, and at times will get better, and you'll get through it, and you look back on it. You gotta be strong, and you have to look back on it and realize that you are strong. We're a strong nation, and we're a strong world, and we'll push through. We'll get through this, and we'll look back on how strong we were, and we'll be proud. We'll be happy that we'll be indulging in better times, and we'll look back on how we stayed strong. We became one. We look back on 9/11, how it definitely changed a lot of things, at least in the U.S. Things are different, at the airport, with, especially with flying. Things are different with, the security measures, and, especially with the flight, the domestic flights. Obviously, international flights, they serve meals, but after it definitely changed with flying. Domestic flights, they don't serve meals anymore. They stopped serving meals after that, and they haven't since then. They probably never will again. But we've adjusted to it. We came together during that time. It was fortunate as 9/11 was. It did bring us together. I wish that we would have stayed together, but after that happened, it's kind of like we went back to our normal ways again, not staying together as one. But it's at least it's nice to know when good time or bad times, we can come together. I see a lot of people coming together now, handing out, donating, toilet paper. Even my neighborhood, other neighborhoods I've heard about. My wife and I handed out hand sanitizer, didn't charge anything. And I know the neighborhood that I work in, people have been not charging. They've just been sharing toilet paper. So that is great. That's great. That's the type of thing I'd like to see. And it seems like for the most part we're coming together as one. So let's just keep that up. So I think that's all I have to say for right now. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Let's stay strong, get through this, and have a great rest of your week, everybody. And I will keep you updated on everything that is going on in my life. I'll know I've been away for a couple weeks, but trying not to be away that long again because I am feeling better now and things are looking more optimistic. I'm feeling more optimistic about the future, about the near future times. So, yeah, once again, comment, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all real soon with another great video. One last thought, it's just so strange. Easter, Good Friday coming up, and people can't even go to church now. Catholic church that my parents, my in-laws go to, they don't even have holy water. That's so strange. I never thought I'd see a time where people couldn't even go to church. But, yeah, it's crazy, but we'll get through it. So once again, I'll talk to you all later. Love you all. Thank you all for your support. Talk to you all again real soon. Have a great rest of your week, everybody. Bye.